Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio February 14, 2023. There is easy, productive energy with you today, particularly for applying to studies and creative projects. People are reasonable, and conversations practically helpful. You can benefit from a more dedicated, committed approach to creative projects, love relationships, children, and hobbies in the weeks ahead. Deep satisfaction can come through your dedication to a creative project or relationship, and you can find yourself putting a lot of energy into these things. As long as you stop short of doing this to the point of obsession, this can be a great time for feeling focused and purposeful. Creative pursuits, and time alone spent on expressive or leisure activities, can be healing. Listen to your dreams, your subconscious, and your intuition today. As the moon turns in the sky, she'll swim through Scorpio, which is your solar house. On one hand, you could feel a bit detached from reality today, but it's also likely that Luna is whispering important messages in regard to your personal and romantic life. You could feel a desire to take dramatic charge. But then again, you might feel quite the need to lie low and assess your territory. Journal out your thoughts in regards to the downloads you're receiving, as they'll provide a good mirror to reflect upon. Watch where your mind goes. Although you are usually an upbeat sign, you may grapple with some inner frustration while the moon is full in Scorpio. You may secretly desire control or power at work. The lunation could even heighten paranoia around certain coworkers. It is time to make a radical adjustment to your work routines and habits to feel more stable when the moon opposes Uranus in Taurus. Although it could be challenging, you may feel more mentally secure and calm as you go about your workday. Mercury's departure from your income sector has left you with the smart head for money needed to keep your head in the game and to think on your feet, but without a need to overthink things. With Pluto back on his own but after nearly 15 years, leaving himself next month, this is a chance to pull back and consider your long-term options. The aspect of the day presents challenging conditions within friendships right now. A good deal of perspective is gained through working out, and maybe you need to focus on your body instead of reacting to miscommunications, etc. Staying fit and toned takes time and focus, and this can benefit your relationships because it gives you time to reflect on conflict while taking care of yourself. If everyone took better care of themselves, the focus would shift to celebrating what works in a relationship, instead of groaning about what doesn't work. Have you ever considered rounding up some of your friends to get involved in a community project of some sort? Part of your life path as a 9 is to find ways to bring benefits to as many as you can through your work. Combining this with this expressive and creative day can be the ticket to coming up with a fantastic project that will make a difference in people's lives. See what you can do. As the moon passes through a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart, it is encouraging you to slow down, while a clash with Uranus in your work sector might even put knowing when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test. This is the fleeting and familiar reminder that the moon delivers every 4 weeks, and for now, this shouldn't be an issue. Yet with 2023 set to become your biggest year for job growth and expansion in over a decade and life set to become a lot busier, this is more about future-proofing. While the moon's clash with Uranus in your work sector is a fleeting and familiar monthly event, putting how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test, the timing couldn't be better. Venus is not only just 7 days away from returning to your romantic sector but from joining up with Jupiter, bringing the planets of love and luck together here for the first time in over a decade. Our eyes in the sky. It's important to remember that our emotions can be complex and often stem from multiple sources. It's important to be mindful of this and not to assume that just because you're feeling a certain way, it must be because of a particular person or situation. By taking some time to reflect and practice self-awareness, you can gain a better understanding of the root of your emotions. This can also help you to better manage your emotional responses, so that you don't end up transferring your frustrations onto others. Exercise can be a great tool for helping to manage our emotions. Not only does it provide an outlet for stress and frustration, but it also has physical and mental health benefits that can contribute to overall well-being. Whether it's a yoga class, a run through the park, or a simple walk, taking time for physical activity can be a great way to tune out the world and focus on yourself. This can give you the space you need to reflect and process your emotions, so that you can better understand their origin and manage them in a healthy way. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed or confused emotionally, it's okay to take some time for yourself. Whether it's through exercise or simply spending some time alone, give yourself the space to reflect and process your feelings. This can help you to better understand your emotions and prevent them from causing harm to yourself or others. When faced with unexpected events, it's easy to become overwhelmed by our emotions and react impulsively. However, it's important to remember that the universe is not necessarily working against us. In these moments, it's crucial to take a step back and examine our tendencies towards reactivity. If we can learn to control our impulses, we will have more control over our own lives and the outcome of events. By making stillness our objective and striving to keep our cool, we can avoid acting on instinct and instead, wait for things to unfold. This is not to say that we should remain passive, but rather that we should approach events with a sense of detachment and openness. By doing so, we can better understand the situation and respond in a way that is in line with our values and goals. It's also important to remember that the Scorpio moon opposing Uranus in Taurus is a temporary cosmic event and will pass. By being mindful of our emotional reactions during this time, we can use this opportunity to learn more about ourselves and develop better strategies for managing our emotions in the future. So, if you're feeling surprised or frustrated today, try to keep your cool and wait for the chips to fall. You'll be in a much better position to make informed decisions when you have a clearer head and a calm mind. The trine between the moon and Pallas, the goddess asteroid of wisdom, is a time of potential insight and clarity. If we have been patient and mindful throughout the day, we may now be gifted with a solution to our dilemma. This is because the emotional intensity that previously clouded our judgment has now subsided, allowing us to see things from a different perspective. As the moon aligns with Pallas, we may be presented with a clue, a pattern, or a sign that we were unable to see before. This is a time to trust our intuition and pay attention to the information that is being revealed to us. We can use this newfound wisdom to make decisions that are in line with our values and goals, and to move forward in a way that supports our health and well-being. It's important to remember that the key to making progress is to do so in a way that is sustainable and doesn't come at the expense of our health and well-being. Intensity can be a powerful force, but it can also be destructive if not channeled in a strategic way. By employing intensity in a strategic manner, we can harness its power to work for us rather than against us. This can help us to achieve our goals and make progress in a way that supports our overall health and happiness. So, as the moon trines Pallas in Cancer, take some time to reflect on your goals and values, and pay attention to any insights or information that may be revealed to you. With careful consideration for your health and well-being, you can make progress and achieve success in a way that supports you and your happiness.